Welcome to another episode of the Stitch Diaries. Now, I am filming this in January of 2026. Now, I haven't brought you a Stitch Diary video since November 2025, but there's a reason for that. It's because I was doing Vlogmas and I've done a couple of doll diary videos in between, so there's been a bit of a gap. So in these videos I show you the things like dressmaking, knitting, crochet, just things. It's a bit of a show and tell kind of thing, or maybe a plan, things like that. So there's some things you might have seen a bit of, but there's some things you might not have seen, or you might see more progress than I've made since my Vlogmas and things. So I've wrote a load of notes in this book, and it goes over a couple of pages actually, so yeah, bear with me. You may want a cuppa, but I'll try and get through these as quickly as I can. Now, I may have told you that I was knitting a hot water bottle cover. Now, I was working on that, I'm sure, in my last Stitch Diary video, but I ended up putting it aside because I needed to do some knitting in December for advent calendars that I was creating myself and things. But I've got back to doing my hot water bottle cover, and I'll show you it, my work in progress. Just take that out a moment. I've got that for a good reason. My tape measure. I'm needing that for this hot water bottle cover. So I've got a notice saying something is on the way. It's my husband. My husband buys tennis rackets to use, then sells them. And because he uses my eBay, when he posts them, it says it looks like I've got a delivery coming, and I haven't. It's nothing to do with me. I get all excited thinking, oh, what have I got coming? All these things I've been taking out of my bag, I will show you. I've got my lovely Blythe calendar. This is January. This is the gorgeous Juliet. I haven't got this doll actually. She's a lovely doll, she is. Really beautiful. I thought about buying her at the time, and then I didn't end up getting her. If you do want to watch an unboxing that's English speaking, if you're into Blythe dolls, Tammy Powley of Peacecraft Dolls, she bought this doll, she did. But she did have trouble with the dress, which is unfortunate. It kind of made me want to get this doll for myself so I could experience having her. But there you go. But anyway, this is not a doll diary video. But having said that, there will be doll things in it. I'm sorry. But, you know, I love my dolls. So, yeah, they never go unmentioned in most videos, to be honest. Well, anyway, this is my knitted hot water bottle cover. So it's basically, I'm using a variegated yarn that looks like this. Hopefully, I'll ask my friend what this is. My friend recommended this to me, and the ball band isn't in the bag for some reason, but it will be around somewhere. Maybe I might have told you in my November video, hopefully, but yeah, this is how it's knitting up. It's gorgeous. So if you don't do anything fancy with it, it's like a mottled stripe. So it softens the stripe, doesn't it, with the mixture, because it's double-stranded, this yarn is. And this has got a gorgeous cable twist on it. So what you do is you start at the bottom. So when I've finished, I'll be putting a hot water bottle inside. I will be sewing up the bottom and then just using the top to get the water out. Now, I'm actually on the ribbed edging now. I don't know if that's showing up on camera. So this has got to be about, I'm sure it's at 8 inches. That's why I've got a tape measure in here. So as I knit, I've probably only gone about just over 1 inch at the moment. So let's have a look. Yeah, a smidge over 1 inch. So I've got a bit of way to go. What was that? Oh, it's the tape measure. So yeah, but isn't it gorgeous? I think I would just absolutely love having a hot water bottle in this. I've got a quilted one that I made, so I'm being a bit greedy having these for myself. What it is, I did think about giving this away as a gift, but I've never knitted a hot water bottle cover before, and I'm so super proud of this. Yeah, I think I want to keep it. So maybe in the future, if I get to knit another one, I'll give it away as a gift. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a little sip of my Pepsi Max Cherry. Right, oh, I've got my Barbie stitch mark ends, my Barbie end stoppers on here. Jeanette from, oh, what's Jeanette called now? I remember now, the Crafty Clegg. She gifted these to me. Aren't they lovely? I'm sure she did. So that's my hot water bottle cover. Now this pattern, it's called the ISBN Hottie by Yarn A Go Go, and there's two versions. I'm doing the cabled version. Yeah, the ISBN Hottie, that's what I'm knitting. Now, I'm really sorry if I might look really strange. I probably look a bit ill looking. I've got only natural light shining in the window at me, but there's all blue film because my husband hasn't rendered the front of the room yet. And, oh, I haven't mentioned I'm in my craft room. Have you noticed? You might not have seen me in here. I forgot to mention that. Sorry, it's a kind of big deal, isn't it? Now, I'm not totally in here. I've still got things down in the garden room. I've still got things in the garage room. I actually bought my IKEA set of drawers in here yesterday with my son, and I can't even remember what's in the drawers. I need to have a look at what's in there because I haven't had access to these drawers. The ring is going to go off now. Excuse me. My husband is back from posting a tennis racket. Oh, I didn't get notified. That's strange, isn't it? I wonder if the battery's gone on the ring. It may have done. Right, so anyway, I will continue working on that, and I must admit I'm pretty keen to finish working on it because I want to do some little doll knitting and things. So yeah, that's what I plan. Maybe some Valentine's knitting or Easter knitting, something like that. But anyway, oh, so now I shared a hell of a lot of knitted gnomes in my videos, and I haven't done any more gnoming. I bought yarn to make a gnome in November, and then I didn't end up knitting the gnome. I wanted to see what it looked like, and it was a perfectly lovely gnome. But I will admit, if I do another gnome, I think I'm going to do the mushroom theme gnome, and it's kind of got more of an autumn feel, so I might leave that till later on in the year. And I must admit, I'm really getting fed up, right? You might think I'm crazy, fed up of winding yarn. Now, I have had trouble really winding yarn because I can't wind yarn in here because my cutting table, the bit where I could grab on is too thick to add my swift, unfortunately. And the tables here, I've got sewing machines on, so it makes it really awkward, and they're too thin. So I can't wind yarn in my craft room. I can't wind yarn in my bedroom. The only place I can do it is in the kitchen, and I live in a busy household. I've got a husband, I've got 3 grown-up boys, my son's got a girlfriend, I get visitors. I just find it really tiresome. I'm really done with it. If I could just have all the yarn come to me pre-wound, I would. I'd pay extra to get it wound. I actually asked somebody to wind some yarn for me with a thing, and I said I'd pay extra, and she missed it, unfortunately. So yeah, but never mind. So well, anyway, that rant over. Yeah, it's, you know, when you first start winding yarn and you get your swift and your wool winder and everything, it's quite exciting, but I just want to knit. I don't want to wind yarn. I'm going off. I'm so sorry. Right, put that aside. That's what's happening in the world of gnomes. Anyway, now I was knitting 2 Christmas stockings when you saw me in my last Stitch Diary videos, and I finished them. So would you like to see them? Now, you might have seen them if you were watching my Vlogmas. I've got them all here. Should we do a nice little pile? Yeah, this is another old one. I'm not going to talk about them all because I've got so much to show you that I think that's my absolute favourite, the bullfinch one. This one has a knitted ball to go with it. Here's the ball. That's an old one as well. Right, I've got this year's. So the Christmas in July. Now, Arnie and Carlos normally bring out a Christmas stocking, a knitted Christmas stocking pattern in July. And this one, it was basically the Norwegian word for buck, which I can't remember, but it still begins with B. And this is the stocking. I've still got a stitch marker on here, but it's lovely, isn't it? It's really, I absolutely love this. Now, I must admit, I wasn't going to do their Christmas in July stocking. And then I saw it and I thought, I love it. I just love it. Sometimes I think, no, not doing another. But yes, I did it, didn't I? And it's quite useful, actually. If you do their Christmas in July stocking, as long as they stick with the colours, if you're kind of like over by yarn, you're normally ready to go when they do one at Christmas time. Right, there's another one. And this was the mystery one. This was the one where they gave us the toe pattern to knit in November. And then they started giving us 6 rows a day No, they gave us the toe in October, then they gave us 6 rows a day in November, and then we got a certain amount of time to knit the cuff, and it was an afterthought heel, so you pick up stitches, and this is it. Now, up until this one, I think the bullfinch was my favourite, then maybe the buck, but I think this one, it's the most colourful one they've ever done, apparently, and I love it. They said this one's got more of a Scandinavian feel because Arnie's Norwegian, but Carlos, he's got some mixed heritage like Spanish and Sweden and things, and he spent some time living in America as well, so he's got a lot of influences. So but yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Really lovely. These are like the Nisa. They have different, like in the UK we have Father Christmas. In America, you know, Santa, same thing really. But in the Scandinavian countries, they have things like called the Tomtu and the Nisa. And they have like these little like gnomes that get angry if you don't leave out their porridge and things, and you might be in trouble with them and things. But I love their old folklore kind of things. So, yeah, it's just lovely, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm so happy with it. Do you think it's going to stay there for the rest of this video? And these are Candy Floss favour. Actually, I might have a stock. I might have a picked stuff to eat these. This is so good, they're so good. Do you know what I love about them as well? Look at the lovely pastel colours. Oh, they're so lovely. Right, I'm just going to have a little break. I'll be back in 1 second. Right, I'm back. Now, I've got all ice gems in my teeth, but I'm going to try and resist picking it with my tongue and do it after. So, now, dressmaking. Now, before I left my craft room, I had 2 things planned. One was this Mason Fleuve, I think her name is, play suit kind of thing, shorts, bustier, but you could have straps on it. And I kind of made the most progress with my pattern prep. I'd washed my fabrics, I'd measured myself, and I think I'd trace patterns and everything. I just hadn't cut the fabric. I think that's where I'd got to. But we're in the middle of the winter now, with January. It's very cold. I don't really want to do dress fittings for something like that at the moment. And to be honest, I'd have to kind of strip down. I normally, what I sometimes do when I'm dressmaking is I actually sit in my underwear and sew and then try things on. And if it's something I don't wear a bra with, then I'll sit here just in my knickers. But the thing is, now I'm in my room, I'm right in front of the window, and I've got no blind or anything, so I can't really be doing things like that at the moment. Although I have got this plastic on, I don't think anybody would see me if it was daytime. Maybe at night time there'd be a bit of a risk. So yeah, I'm going to leave doing that until I've got a bit more privacy. But I've got another dressmaking project here that I planned. This is a Blythe convention bag I'm using for this. And basically this was the fabric. I bought this as a kit, and the reason was I've gone a bit, I love pink. Pink is my love. I don't know if you can see a doll there with purple hair, Blythe doll. Lavender Babe. I've got a whole purple shelf thing going on here. My phone is purple. My iPad is purple. But I got this fabric, and what this was from Tilly and the Buttons. It was to make a sweatshirt, and it come with an iron-on transfer about sewing and crafting. It's stay home and sew, that you iron onto the front of your jumper, and it comes with the matching thread for the top stitching, which is lovely. So, and the plan was, now I bought this when it was released, so loads of people have probably made this already, but it's the Drew sweatshirt by Tilly and the Buttons. I will probably make the cropped version, not the long version, the cropped one, but I won't do all the small bits, because you need all the fabrics. Because I've got that purple fabric, I will just do a solid one, but I think I'll prefer the cropped out of it. Now, before I will make the jumper before I put the logo on, just in case I think, well, this jumper's not for me, I'd rather save the logo. But yeah, it's a raglan style jumper. I've made Tilly and the Buttons jumpers before. I've made the Billy sweatshirt. I've made it in the one that's kind of this kind of length, and I've made the dress version of it. And that isn't raglan, actually, that's satin sleeves. This is raglan, where, you know, when this is drop shoulder, this jumper, see this here? If it goes this way, it's raglan, and if it's just like that, it's just like a regular satin sleeve. But yeah, this is raglan. You can see that light join here on the shoulders, and yeah, and it looks nice. It kind of gives the feel of this like drop. I kind of like this oversized kind of width on a sweatshirt. It's nice and comfy, do you know, like if I want to leave my jumper on and things during yoga for a bit, sometimes I have to tuck the front of it in my leggings for when I'm doing down dogs and things, because otherwise it ends up like, you know, over my head sort of thing. Try and show you that flash in my belly. Now, I'm super excited about what I can see in here. I have been looking for this. I made some little tops for Blythe dolls out of this fabric, and I didn't know where the remainder of it was, and it's in here. So no wonder I couldn't find it. I have searched for this. This is so exciting. And also, I've got some cuffs that I've saved, look. Cuffing. That's from when I made my cosplay outfit for BlytheCon. I was matching my doll, and yeah, and I got first place. It was really exciting. That's from probably an old sweatshirt of mine, and that's off another old sweatshirt or something. Oh, this is what I'm finding now. It's going to be really difficult for me to say what I'm going to do this year, because I'm sure as and when I'm getting more and more things in my room, it will remind me of things I was planning. So it's basically watch this space with future plans, to be honest. But yeah, I can see this as being my first thing I do dressmaking in here. Maybe I'll do that. I'll make that jumper before I bring another Stitch Diary video to you. It might be nice if it be February, it could be March. We'll just see how things go. So that is that. So now I did a little bit of doll making stuff over the Vlogmas period, didn't I? If you've watched my Vlogmas, and I made a Blythe beret, and it's here actually. I didn't plan this, but it just happens to be here. I made a Blythe doll beret, and I'd made a coat, but that wasn't during Vlogmas. So I'll put a photo. I don't think she's got them on now. No, she hasn't got them on there. So I made a little dress, a jacket, and a beret for one of my fighting, my first authentic Blythe doll. And I've got photos of her wearing them, but she's just in a little dress at the moment. She is. Actually, I'll just grab her quickly. So this is little Evangeline. She was my first authentic Blythe doll. She's wearing the little dress that I don't know if I showed you or not. I don't know if I'd made this in November. I think I made it in December. I can't remember entirely, in all honesty. But yeah, she looks lovely in it. So I think this looks really festive. I made a dress like this as a gift, a swap gift, the Christmas before, Christmas 2024, and I really loved it, and then I wanted to make a Christmas dress of my own. She might support the pile of knitting, mightn't she? Now this is Amelie, her twin, and she's wearing another dress. I made this. I'm in a Patreon with other doll making ladies, and we made this dress recently. It's very unusual, this shape dress is. It's very roomy on the width. In all honesty, I tried it on her twin, who I've put on a different body, and she's not as busty, and it just didn't look right on her. But it looks okay on this doll, but it didn't look right on her twin, because I've given her a different body so I can put her hands in her pockets and things. But yeah, it's really cute, and I think I could do various things with this dress. Do you know, sometimes I like to take a pattern and do some variations with them, and I definitely think I could with this one. Hilary of Moshi Moshi Studio, who comes up with these doll patterns, she does well to think up these variations and things. She really does. So right, what's next? Oh, so I also made a beret and a cape for Smart Doll. Now, I don't think I've ever showed a Smart Doll in any of my Stitch Diary videos. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I did show Smart Dolls all throughout my Vlogmas. And this is the lovely Mirai. She's lovely, isn't she? So she's got a beret on, and this beret and cape were from a designer on Etsy called My Little Doll Story. And when I showed this in my Vlogmas, I hadn't actually properly finished it, because this has some details where it's got a little tab underneath with a button on it, and I'd only done one side, but now I've got it on both sides, and I think that might have been the only thing I hadn't done, and she's got all the buttons and things. But yeah, it's really lovely, isn't it? And she's got the beret on as well. And this is the lovely Smart Doll Mirai, she's not the an OG Mirai doll from Smart Doll, original, but she was the first character that Danny created, the first doll, one of the first dolls he created. Right, I've just popped her there. She's not the board, but she's there. So Oh, and also, that's why I put the hot water bottle down. I was doing some smart doll knitting. So I knitted a jumper, a smart doll jumper. This was a designer on Etsy. I'll try and find out who it is actually. The designer, oh my goodness, she's got a really unusual name. She's foreign. It's spelled Kroshava. That's the designer, because I've got another of her patterns here. So that's who designed this jumper. This was knitted flat. It wasn't actually knitted in the round from what I remember. I prefer knitting in the round, unless I adapted it. No, I didn't. I can see the seam. There's a seam down the side, look. See on the inside? So yeah, if you prefer flat knitting, this might be for you. And it also had a Santa hat pattern to go with it. So I did put these away, but I got them out to show you, and I'll pop them away again. So I'll put those there with Mirai. So that was that knitting. Oh, I've just done some Blythe dungarees with my doll sewing friends. These, aren't they cute? They're like a drop crotch kind of style, and it's got little pockets, and I've put some flowers in this pocket, and I made this little like rosette with lace, and I sewed 3 little beads inside. I put buckles on but these are working buckles, and I did knots at the back and crossed them over. I don't think this was supposed to be crossed over, but I decided to do it. And yeah, so I made those, and we're going to be doing a top to go with it. I think it's just I think it's a raglan style top, maybe, or maybe not, I don't know. And it's got like lace that comes up around the neck. So that's what we're going to do to go with it. Apparently, this is what I've been told. Right, I wanted to make socks for our generation doll. Right, I'm going to get my Miranda. Now, I was sold this doll second hand, and she was named Miranda. But I've joined an Our Generation group on Facebook, and I've been told she's not Miranda. She's got another name, but I've kind of stuck with Miranda, so she stayed as Miranda. So I bought a pattern from Crab Apple Studios, and it was this pattern to make socks. So I made the super stretchy ones because I didn't know, because what it is, Our Generation and American Girl can share some patterns, but I think American Girl have got wider feet, so I did the one that was slightly smaller, and it fitted perfectly. And this fabric is from a dress. I bought a dress online, and then it had a stain on it, and I couldn't wear it, and I never sent it back. But I've used the fabric just to make things for dolls and things. And these socks are some of them. But yeah, she's a lovely doll. She's got... Oh, work is calling. I work for my husband, and I'm getting a notification. So, yeah, so she's lovely. She's got a lazy eye. You can only see it in some... Let me try and do this. When I got her, I got a sewing machine with this doll, and a chair, and the table leg was in her eye, and I think it damaged it. So her eyes got open and closed, but the one eye doesn't behave like the other one. You can probably see it there. So if I tilt a certain ways, her eyes look the same, but in certain ways they look different. She's got one eye open, but nobody's perfect but the Lord, are they, Miranda? So, but yeah, she's a lovely doll. And now I've got 2 Our Generation girls. They're both second hand. The first one my mum bought for me, and this one I bought when I was delighted with the doll. I thought she was gorgeous. Her face is actually different to Phoebe. It's a different mould, so they must be from a different time. But I bought this because I wanted the sewing machine and things that came with it, and the table and all the goodies. But I was really happy with the dolls, so I've got 2 of these dolls now, so it's really exciting. But I was happy just with the one doll, but yeah, it was a good excuse to have a second one. So yeah, I'm going to make more for them. I've got a pile of patterns. Yeah, I've got a pile of patterns that are suitable for those type of dolls that I haven't used. I've only ever made the pyjamas for Phoebe that you've seen before, and now these socks from Crabapple Studios. So yeah, I'm going to be doing more makes, I suspect, this year. Another doll, a mini doll for Dream doll, another Japanese doll that I need to make clothes for as well. That might be in this, but I'm just thinking of things. Right. I'm going to finish that lamb off that I showed you. Do you remember that knitted lamb? I don't think I had much to do, did I? But I'm going to finish that off. Oh yes, right. Now, in my last Stitch Diary video, I told you that I frogged the hat I started knitting. It was just something I was doing when I was waiting for my son to come out of college. And then I just it just didn't end up getting a lot of time doing it, and I just wasn't feeling it. It was a very slow burner, this hat, so I frogged it, and I decided to make something else with the yarn. But this is how much I've got left. But this is what I made. I made the December bow by Petite Knit. Now, I've made this before. Now, I thought I put a post on Instagram saying this was my 2025 bow and this was my 2024. It was longer. When I had a look on my Ravelry account, I'd made it longer ago, but never mind. I got the date wrong, but this was 2025. But this was the one I made before. This was Aldi acrylic sparkly yarn. And I knitted my mini-me a jumper in this, my mini Barbie, and Blythe jumpers and things as well. And this is also yarn from Aldi, sparkle, but it was to make a hat. That's why it's got a pom-pom. But they're lovely, aren't they? I absolutely love these bows. I could literally make loads of these and just put them everywhere. I feel a bit like Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty's crazy about bows, and I feel like her. She just wants to put a bow on everything. I could have a Hello Kitty bow, couldn't I? You could actually use these as a hair bubble, and then you could attach a bubble to it and have it as a bow, couldn't you? It'd be rather pretty, wouldn't it? I don't know if I'm a bit too old for it now. But yeah, it's just lovely, isn't it? I feel really like 80s. Do you remember those big bows in the 80s? But I was a little girl, so I could really get away with it then. But I'm a grown woman now. But I'm a grown woman with dolls, so what does it matter, really? But yeah, they're lovely. So yeah, that is a pattern it's called the December bow by Petite Knit. So yeah, I knitted another one. I'm sure it won't be my last. I don't know whether I could knit another one, or maybe I do one of the Arnie and Carlos. Arnie and Carlos's Blythe doll jumper is using DK weight yarn. You have to literally, to put this on the doll, you have to, if it's a stock doll, you have to put socks on their hands to get the doll and pull the neck above the body and get the hands in and pull it up that way. So it's a bit of faff. It is, but it's well worth it once the jumper's on. I've knitted quite a few of them actually. I'll be able to show you some of them. Here are some of them. Not all, just some. Now, some of these are done in their yarn, the Arnie and Carlos yarn. I know those definitely are, the ones I'm pointing to here. And that one. But I think the others, I'm not sure about how that one is actually. Oh, I mixed some sparkle into that one myself, sparkle thread was their yarn, but the other ones are Toft, I think. Yeah, but they're lovely, aren't they? They're so nice. Toft started to get more adventurous with their colours for their crochet projects. They used to be all natural colours when they first started, and then they started putting all like nice colours out. Oh, I've just spotted something. I free motioned a badger badge and it's on that jumper. Yeah, that was I need to put that back up there without knocking everything over. Yeah, so I might knit one of those jumpers in this. I think that would be rather cute, wouldn't it? Nice for next Christmas, maybe. Right, I can turn the page. Hopefully I'm not waffling too much. Now, I had the Sewing Street calendar and I did receive lots of fabrics in it that are suitable for doll make. So no doubt I'll be using those this year to do little like Blythe dresses. They wouldn't be suitable for smart dolls. There just wouldn't be enough fabric. Maybe a small A-line skirt I could do, but that's about it. So, oh, Barbie. Now this year I want to make a dress for Barbie. I planned on doing it for Christmas. I just didn't get the chance to do it. So I'm going to try and get it done this year. And it's just to replicate the dress I made for myself for Christmas Day 2024. And I keep talking about it and eventually I will get it done, I promise. So, because Ricky, she sent me some fabric to match mine, like a smaller version of it. And yeah, and I've got it to hand. I've got pattern pieces ready, you know, paper pattern pieces ready. So I just need to get around to doing it. It's just I'm still moving things into my room. I've got, see these Kallax units here from IKEA? I've got another 2x4 one to bring in down this end. But yesterday I decided to bring this drawer in instead. And then I've got a Billy bookcase, but the Billy bookcase is brown. And I really don't want this brown Billy bookcase in here. But save buying a new one. Well, I could either buy a new one and put it in here, and then just use that Billy bookcase somewhere else. That will let my husband have it, or I unload it, paint it white, and then move it in here. Yeah, we'll just see what we do. But yeah, that's another piece of furniture that's got to make it in here. And my husband's going to do some build some shelving into this little alcove that I've got going on in here. So that's what's going on with my craft room. So, Hello Kitty crochet. Right, I showed you bits of Hello Kitty crochet I was doing. This is the book I've got, Crochet Hello Kitty, and I really wanted to make this deer version. Oh look, I love this one. This is the classic Hello Kitty. I've got the plush in that Hello Kitty. There's a bumblebee one, a bunny one. Oh, there's some cats in here. How lovely, Halloween, like a witch one. There's cats that don't look like Hello Kitty, and here's some alternatives. But if you like Hello Kitty, you probably love the other cats. Yeah, this is it. Now see, the bow is tucked under. I put mine on top. And here she is. She's so lovely, isn't she? So as you may see, I did this exactly as the book, but I just decided I wanted the bow on top rather than just peeking out. And I think that looks a lot better actually. But yeah, she's really lovely. So that's what she looks like from the back. And she's got a brown tail. So she's basically a Hello Kitty wearing a reindeer costume. And I really, really love her. She's super sweet. Now, I think the yarns weren't all the same. Well, they definitely weren't the same colour. So I don't know whether to just live with it or try and lighten it with bleach or something. But we'll just see. Or maybe I'll make her again. I don't know. So, but yeah, she's really nice. But I've really enjoyed making that. So when I came to you in my last Stitch Diary video, my craft room was bare brick, wasn't it? with a bit of boarding up, I think. But basically, as you can see, it's plastered, it's painted, it's carpeted, and I'm moving furniture in here, and I can use it. I'm videoing in here. I haven't done a hell of a lot of making since I've been back in here, in all honesty, because I've been making videos and moving things in here more than making. I've been knitting in the bedroom in the evening, but yeah, I haven't done a huge amount of sewing in here. The only thing I've made actually are socks. Oh, I made those socks. I made some socks for Barbie as well. Oh gosh, she lost a shoe. Oh, I'll leave a shoe off actually. You might want to see. These are long socks. This is an outfit I made for Barbie. And it's like a school uniform. And I thought, because she's got the jointed knees, they look a bit unsightly. So I decided to give her long socks. These are knickers that I made ages ago. I don't even remember where I got that pattern from or anything. But yeah, she's totally in the me made outfit. Actually, this Barbie, I rerouted this. She's got, if you look at her hair, look, it's got different tones in it. This is like hair extension hair for humans that you can heat style. And I rerouted her with that style of hair. And I curled it a while ago, but I tried it, to be honest, it was over curly. I had to kind of tease it down a little bit. But yeah, she's lovely, isn't she? Because you don't get many dark-eyed, very blonde Barbies, you see. And so I have got one, but it's a fluke. I bought two of them. It's a fluke. She wasn't supposed to have dark eyes. That's what I use as my mini-me. But she's kind of... People have said this doll looks like me. Actually, this face looks less animated as my mini-me, actually. They've got bigger eyes, so these look more realistic. They've got smaller eyes like us humans have really got. But... But yeah, she's a lovely doll, isn't she? But yeah, but these are meant to be like 17-year-olds, aren't they? These Barbies, usually. And I've got Lika Chan dolls. They're meant to be like 11-year-olds. Lika Chan has got an older doll, a 7-year-old called Jenny. But I haven't got a Jenny doll at the moment. So, and now if you've been watching my videos, I went to Cornwall after Christmas, and I was there for like New Year and things. So I did post a video about it, and I was there with my family. I was there with my husband and our 3 sons, and we were staying in my parents-in-law's annex because they now live in St Ives in Cornwall, and they moved down there in November. I think it was the 3rd or 4th of November they moved down there. And yeah, we didn't see them until after Christmas. And yeah, so that was really, it's really strange actually. My husband's cousin lives down there as well now. They're all from the Midlands, but I married into a family that have holidayed in St Ives in Cornwall for generations. My husband hates me saying that, but it's the truth. And then our 2 of them live down there. So that is everything on my list. But I've got, I'm just having a look around me. Is there anything I grabbed? And yeah, I grabbed these. Now I'll put a photo on the screen. I posted a picture of Barbie wearing a shawl. And it was this one. Now this, it came out wrong. It came out square, and it wasn't supposed to be. But it does sit. It will drape across her shoulders like this. And I did put something, I attached it. But what I'm going to do, I am going to make an edging. I clipped it together like this and put it on like that. It's really lovely. Now I've wanted to make a crochet shawl for Blythes for ages, and but I'm really fussy with the shape. I really wanted that shape where it kind of goes up like this, if you know what I'm saying. But I must have done it wrong. This was a human pattern. Now all the details are on my Ravelry. It was for a human, but I just use a smaller hook and smaller yarn. So literally you could have this in your own size. But this is what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be a triangle. I wasn't doing the increasing right. I wasn't increasing on the ends. So what happened was I started it and it was just staying the same size because I wasn't increasing at the very edges. But now I am. So I'll just put this round Barbie for now. So now look, it really wraps around her at the front, which is lovely. Now you could either keep it like this and clip it, but I'm going to do an edge because the size that I've made it, it could be a babushka hat for a Blythe doll. So I'm just going to grab another doll. Now this is Hazel Hedgehog Blythe doll. This is the hat. She's wearing a stock basically. This is the hat she came with. So I'll just try this on her as a babushka. So what I'm planning on doing, some ties at the side and doing edging along this top edge. So I'll be able to put it around her like this, like a babushka. Put it around her like that. And also it'd be able to go around her. Now she's got long hair, so it would probably be better if I did something with her hair for this. But she can also wear it around her back like this. I won't put it under her hair because you won't see it. And like this. But it's lovely, isn't it? Now I could do this in, I think it'd be lovely in a plain white colour, do you? I think it would look really nice. I'm going to put her hat back on. Okay, I've popped a little hat back on. It's so nice. Oh, I've pulled the strap off and it's got earmuffs, but I've put that little shawl around her under her hair. But yeah, I'm going to make the modifications for this. Maybe I'll give this to Hazel Hedgehog, I don't know. I've already made her an outfit. I made her an eyelet cardigan, which I showed in her unboxing video. This is on Ravelry. I'll leave a link again to my Ravelry account. And this is called the Blythe Eyelet Sweater Pattern. So yeah, I've done that twice before. I've done a little purple one and I've done the mustard one for Hazel Hedgehog. The other one was for Heidi, my non-authentic, well, she's a doll that I don't know her history, but she's a lovely doll. And when I'm sure I'm still a member. I've been a member of Arnie and Carlos's YouTube channel. And basically they gave us a pattern. And it's the snowball, and it's a cabled ball pattern. I've made loads of their knitted Christmas balls and knitted eggs and things, but this is a cabled version. I don't know if it's using the same weight yarn. I don't know if it's as big as this ball. Some of them are different sizes, but yeah, I'm planning on knitting that. And I'm hoping to make something Valentine's. Now, in all honesty, I wanted to make something for myself in some jersey Valentine fabric and then get enough to make doll makes. But unfortunately, there isn't enough for me. That's all the Sewing Street had left. So I may make something for, maybe if I can, I'm going to make something for Smart Dolls. And if there's anything left, maybe for Blythe Dolls. But yeah, but unfortunately nothing for me. I could have made another sweatshirt or something, or a nice, depending on the stretch, I could have a nice fitted jersey top, which would have been lovely. But yeah, it wasn't meant to be. So maybe another year, unless I can get something for this Valentine's, but I don't know. But these are all my plans. I like doing Burns Night and Valentine's and Lunar New Year, but they're all kind of at the same time, and it can get a bit overwhelming. There's not a lot of time when Christmas ends and then we get in the new year until I've got time to do things, and because I've been moving things to my craft room, and I make videos, and I work, and I go to the gym, there's a hell of a lot of stuff to do to cram in to my life. So anyway, I really hope there's something you like seeing today, and I hope there's something here that you look forward to seeing in the future. And yeah, I'll try and keep you updated. You know, hopefully there's some people that are interested in this kind of thing. I'll just keep making these videos and hope, you know, people enjoy them, and we'll just see what happens. But yeah, I'll definitely be bringing them, you know, as and when I've made enough things to show you. So thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the Stitch Diaries, and I'll see you next time. Bye.